Welcome everyone, it's Vapors Dracomar, it's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to continue on our way. And there we go. Some of this is actually really hard and some of it isn't. Case in point. Case in point. Now, the thing that's funny is we're already doing some weird stuff like this setup. You see, the scary thing about Armiger is well, the scary thing about their Keem Comp in general, come to think of it, they have some decent gear and protection. I did not think this one through. Sniper is actually a lot stronger than she looks. Yeah, we're screwed. We're screwed. I don't care though, because I've got to keep fighting. I've got to keep fighting to the end. Go. We're oscillating back and forth like crazy. Like crazy. We gotta keep doing stuff. Definitely gonna have to keep her under control. This Armiger is beginning to be a problem. Just a little bit. Yeah, because I got to do some more arena. I was doing some tag arena as well. Most of this is too advanced. Let's check out our... Okay, we need to do more arena anyway. Which I figured. Because I need it for, you know, arena medals, etc., etc. Gotta do some Fireknight. Alright, good. Gotta keep it up. I go for that. This is still going to be difficult. Not if she dies, which is good. Tis good. Alright. Yeah, because we're going to want to clean up our arena tokens in general here. Because we are way behind on the arena loop. Get him again. Cycle it around. Shield Guard's putting in some work today. Giving him a run for his money. Not enough, but just. Okay. Well, that's perfectly fine. There's no point of summoning stuff, not when we already have to level up everything else, and I don't have a boost active right this second, which I could activate one, but I'm not going to right this second. See, he's Force Affinity, which is part of the problem. We can give it a go. But this guy is a Robar. And the problem is he hurts. A lot. So, yeah. We're unlikely to beat him, but we just did. And Shield Guard helped with it. Amazingly. I know. Amazing. I know. Because here's the thing. Shield Guard's not even that powerful of a character. But for some, like, here's the thing. He's not even geared that well right now. I think I can make him do more. That's the scary part. And there you have it. Anyway, I'm going to be doing the other accounts because this account isn't in very good shape. And you know what? I'll do it anyway. I'll do Fireknight on here. Screw it. I'll do some basic Fireknight. It's not going to be fabulous, but I wouldn't expect it to be. I wasn't expecting it to be. Wasn't expecting it to be anything genius. The hardest part about Fireknight on this account is this rate limiting step. Because here's the deal. Shield Guard is very bad versus this boss. And that, in the end, is the real issue here. That, in essence, is what the problem is. As I might as well show you what the problem in general is that when we get to this difficulty, we're going to run into issues. Yes. Because Fireknight at this difficulty is a major problem on here. Especially since getting the multi-hits is nearly impossible in most situations. Because we just do not have them. They just do not exist. And that's why I can't do any higher. Because the multi-hits practically don't exist. Now, I suppose I could try turn meter controlling it. But like I said, the biggest problem here is I don't have enough multi-hits. And he literally walks the whole thing back with the without multi-hits. See what I mean? Literally walks the whole thing back. See, it's practically impossible. Just wanted to demonstrate why I need multi-hitters on this account. Why Fireknight is not in the purview. Now, this account, though younger, than my first account, is very significantly different. Because it's basically, I'm not even... Until I get more specialist multi-hitters, I can't do crap versus Fireknight. Literally nothing. It's like I mean, higher Fireknight, I mean. Not lower Fireknight, but like higher Fireknight. This account is the polar opposite. Because, yeah, if I show Shield Guard in there, he can't multi-hit. He can't break the higher shield. It won't work. Now here on the other hand, here we can go all the way up, but we won't. We'll start with this one. We'll start with the one we couldn't beat before. This is the difference. In fact, I might as well show why Fireknight won't work because, again, Fireknight won't break this shield. Notice how each one of them will pop the shield. Like so. This is what happens when you have a comp that can do it. That's right. This is what happens when you have a team comp. They can actually fight the Fireknight. Whole nother ball game. See, the problem that you get early game is you don't really have the type of team comp that can fight a Fireknight. Not really. This one, though, you do. This one, you actually do. This one you can actually just waltz right through. Because we've got a lot of champs that'll do it. Each one of these has a triple hit. And he has a 4-hitter. And the 4-hitter plus the anti-heal, that does a lot to stop this boss in its tracks. Now, what makes this boss also difficult is that often when you actually get under his thick carapace, doing damage is difficult. Because often you both have to get under his thick carapace and you have to try to do damage underneath him. But once you do, he starts to crumble. Gotta focus Nethrol. If you don't focus Nethrol, Nethrol becomes a big problem. One problem with focusing Shield Guard early is the fact that you don't really have any resources for Fireknight. You generally need someone who can multi-hit. And anti-heal. Or both. Or multiple that do both. Because without that, this boss becomes extremely unpleasant. generally, if he decreases your speed, even if you can transfer the debuff, you don't want to. The main thing with Fireknight is to try to crack that shield as fast as you can. Because if you do not, you're in a world of hurt. That's the truth. Notice how this team can crack these shields much more readily. That's why. That's why this account is so much of a bigger deal on Fireknight. Because it's got 60s that are specifically prepared to do the job. But here you want to go with the multi-hits, as much multi-hits as you can, and then get the crumbling flesh on there. Yeah, this is where Fireknight shine, like where we shine versus Fireknight. Because before this point, we don't really have enough to entirely crumple the shield. And that's the problem. Therein lies the issue at hand. Now, the other team has a Fireknight. We have a Fireknight squad on the first account, but it lacks the amount of sustain of this one. This one can do a lot in Fireknight. But Fireknight isn't the only thing that it's good at. This account also happens to be good at some other stuff. Generally, if it breaks the shield, it's typically not a waste of time. Even if it looks like a waste of time at first, it's not. Good, she made it count. But do you see the difference of this team? It's very different. Once you get your anti-heal multi-hitters to the right phase of the fight, the way the whole fight works, the whole mechanics of the fight changes dramatically and allows you to fight much better Fireknights than previously. See, and the amount of accuracy that she has, Hellborn Sprite, allows me to get beneath that thick, nasty carapace of Fireknight. Because getting beneath that carapace is hard. Because there's a lot of champions that don't hit more than once. And that makes this fight so so much harder. Now, Apothecary, we didn't touch on him, but I'm developing him on the other account potentially for Fireknight. Because he triple hits, but at the same time, he could preserve a carry very adeptly, better than Vogoth can. So he can preserve carries through higher levels of Fireknight. Because he has a specific heal, and it's a lot, that he can heal people when they're in distress from the Fireknight. That's why Apothecary is also very valuable for Fireknight purposes. Yes. This is the difference. And this gear piece we have is junk. Okay. Now this will be stage 12 of Fireknight. This is where the Fireknight becomes very awful.
That lawyer needs those papers put in the computer. So
Right. Fireknight. This is the higher difficulty of Fireknight. It's not the best version of Fireknight, but we're not going to reach the top of Fireknight without some next level gear. See, by cutting through that, we do a lot. He's very difficult, though. He starts to become more and more difficult to get beneath his shield. You want to save that to get the anti-heal under the shield. Because at this point, cracking the shield becomes much more difficult most of the time, unless you have even more multi-hits than that. And even then, the amount of regen that he has, you have to do very high damage in order to really both crack the shield and to crack the shields and to try to maintain a level of heal reduction. Because maintaining a level of heal reduction on this boss is optimal and recommended. Because every time, if you don't have heal reduction on this boss, every time he pulls that shield back, he can heal for a boatload. And that's a fact. And that's why you don't want him to do that. See, by putting it on there, even if he regens some, it's still decent. Now I got the heal reduction. We're going to need to put some healing on you. Cut that. Get under the shield. Firestorm right. There we go. See. I don't want to do this one right now. We will be doing that one, but I'm going to show a contrasting Fireknight team. But before we do that, I'll look for some easier. I don't really have any easy ones. I'm just going to have to deal with it. Oh well. Yeah. And it's necessary for me to do this too, because without it, we're not getting very far. Of course you would do that. Of course you would. This might be my first ever encounter with a Leorius. Yeah, he's probably dead. Or not. That was my first ever dead Leorius. Yeah, my first ever battle with a Leorius. History has been made. Have no idea why the guy isn't, like, leveling food like mad for his Leorius. Because what the hell, man? If you're lucky enough to get that champ, jeez, man. Like, just jeez. I would stay up the whole night trying to level a Leorius if I got one. Granted, the game's never bothered to give me one. But hey, we'll take it. I've never actually fought a Leorius, much less 1 versus 1. I have I've never done that before. There you go. Get owned. Okay, we're going to put that one here. Hopefully this triggers more to passive. No, well, we'll just have to do that. And there we go. I did not expect to beat the Leorius at all. I expected to lose to him. But we didn't, which I find impressive. Oh, wow. Right. Got one. I'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. The funny thing is, we have a decent Fireknight team on here. I have never managed to pull a Cold Heart though. Oh, that's a seer. I did not even see that. My bad. That was a seer. I'm running in some top tier champs today. Okay, I'm gonna go peril you. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. Again, I need to. Because boom. Bang. Yeah, this was not going to be easy. Okay, gotta provoke on him. Gotta keep the Mashald under control. Because otherwise, Mashald will literally blow us to shreds. I'll take it. We're killing some top tier legendaries. Never thought I'd say that. Never thought I'd say Taragi would be valuable enough to do it either. Because I'm like, oh my god, Taragi's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. I'm like, yeah, he might be an epic. And he might be obese. But just because Taragi is epic and obese does not mean he's not going to cause some problems for you. Because he will. Oh, he will. Yep. He'll cause you a headache, all right. He will definitely cause you problems. And I definitely have to use up all my arena tokens if possible. Perfect. Perfect. Bingo. Let's get a provoke going. Well, we're definitely going to have to use block revive for this bit, BS. That's for sure. Because holy hell, is there a lot of stuff going on. Let's get the... There was a time... If there was a time for a block revive, now would be it. Oops. Yeah, if there was ever a time for a block revive, that would be it. Anything? No shards. Really? But yeah, I did that for a reason. Because I'm trying my absolute hardest to get a Drexstar on this account. And that's the fact. Pretty much. So the final thing we're going to do is a bit of Fireknight on this account, but I'm not going to show more of it because I've got to do some really dumb stuff involving paperwork. before continuing. And I also have to climb higher up Doom Tower to see where that's going. Get a shard. Because then I have to start chipping away. This will be about the most convenient Fireknight I can do. I might be able to do one better than this, but for now... See, the problem is, I actually want Apothecary on this team for the higher degree of Fireknight, because the reason for it is I want to replace Apothecary for Kale, because I need healers to help these two. So that's why I need Apothecary. I need a healer that has a multi-hit. I need 2 healers with multi-hits. And for this account, that would be Apothecary. So that's why I may end up 6-starring Apothecary before Cold Heart, but then Cold Heart is also really good for this fight. So I may, there's an equal argument for Cold Heart and Apothecary, I've decided. Because, there we go, got a crit. But yeah, Apothecary's really good in this fight because he provides the healing and the triple hit, which is what you want. It is most definitely what you want. You don't want Vergus in this fight because he doesn't bring enough to the table.
You need to print something up for
Yes.
so I can function tomorrow.
All right.
Where I'm getting fired. Do you mind?
Yes.
Help me. I know you mind. But
This is the last Fireknight I'm doing
I need that.
for now.
I'll show you what I need.
I know you guys are all pissed at me, but this is the Fireknight tournament. That's what I'm trying to show. Takes a lot of patience to fight this BS champion. It really does. Because in order for one to fight this boss properly, is he immune to provoke? He is immune to provoke. Wow. He is immune to provoke. Oh, God. So Gnarlhorn is basically useless versus the Fireknight himself. He's only useful during the waves because he doesn't multi-hit, for one thing. And for another... this thing's immune to provoke. Which sounds fun, right? It's not fun. Because a lot of champions that have provoke on them, including Drexthar Blood Twin, they don't work against this guy. And on top of that, just if you thought this was funny. Like, I don't know. Like, it's really hard. Okay. Because I can't provoke him. I can't. I can't CC him via provoke. Because I'd love to do that. And he doesn't usually get burned by Drexthar's passive because he blocks it. He blocks Drexthar's passive, which is annoying as sin. Before you ask whether that's annoying or not, it's very annoying. Because then I have to try to keep this guy alive. I do mind. I just can't. I'm trying to prove myself in Fireknight, and it's hard. And that piece of gear is rubbish. Oh boy. Well, that's my Fireknight video for now. I will be doing more Fireknight later. And don't tell me, like, I don't want to spend my gems on Ancients right now. Because, again, I have enough champs on this account for now. I have a whole bunch of good champs, and none of them are leveled. So, that's part of the problem. Like and subscribe, and until next time, yep.